Hi guys, welcome back to LPB Racing for the historic Open Wheel Championship on Project Cars 2. This is round 5 coming to you from Long Beach in the Lotus 78. This is a brilliant car, this car, and it's a good track. Let's run you through the grid order then in the top left corner. So it is Bidzster on pole position from TY in second, Cyrex third, Spapper in fourth, Andrea fifth, Callum sixth, Neil seventh, Blakeney in eighth, Growler in ninth, and Bradders rounds off the 10 as we get ready for this first race then. Stack unable to make it because he's got a wheel problem with his we're getting the wheel to work with the game as we're off. Oh, TY moves to the right, moves to the left to block Spapper, and we're off. Bidzster, what a start from Bidzster. What a start, and everyone else down towards the first corner. Spapper and Neil side by side into the first one. Bidzster's already in the lead. Cyrex gets second place. And we've got a car going straight on. We've got Callum who's hit someone into the wall. TY's off, I think, as well. As we go into the roundabout, and everyone out of there nicely. Bradders is back there. TY got caught up in that first corner melee with Growly Bear. So we'll get replays on that after the first lap. But it is still Bidzster from Cyrex. Andrea in third. Spapper in fourth. And further back we've got a little battle here. Neil trying to look up the inside of Blakeney. The camera goes funny there. And look at Spapper in fourth, looking back to Neil, having a go at Blakeney, but not quite close enough to make a move yet. Meanwhile, Bidzster out front with Cyrex following in the yellow car, so Bidzster in the lead then. His teammate Bradders at the back of the field, still struggling to get used to that wheel, but he will get used to it in time as Cyrex has a nice slide out that corner there. Andrea going through there in third place over the curb. And round the hairpin for the first time then. Cyrex on the back of Bidzster here, not wanting to let him go. Bidzster really rapid in qualifying, almost half a second faster than the rest of the field. But let's see if we can keep this up for the race. As we look back, got Callum and Neil having a little battle back there as well. Meanwhile to the leaders then, Cyrex versus Bidzster as the camera zooms right in for some reason. But out of the chicane into the roundabout. Through the roundabout we go, past the dolphin statue, and then into the right-hander, and then the second right-hander. Watch out for that little curb there, can catch you out. Really careful as Neil Farmack and Callum having a nice battle there. Callum gets through for 6th place, so Callum through. Now his next target's Blakeney as Callum goes a bit wide there. Neil Farmack behind him. Meanwhile the leaders still close together, Bidzster and Cyrex, as I think Spapper and Andrea have had a swap as well, so we'll get those first lap replays in and that replay as well. Okay, here's a replay of the first corner from a wide angle, so TY brakes, he's not going to make the corner and moves out the way. He's not going to make the corner, so he decides to go straight on, and then there's a nice little pirouette and gets back on the track. Okay, here's what's happened to Growler then, so watch the blue car here. Goes into the corner, contact with Callum, hits the wall on the inside, and then Bradders just gets threads the eye of the needle, and then Growly Bear turns the car around, and they both rejoin. Okay, and here's how Spapper got past Andrea, so watching Andrea runs really wide over the bumps into that corner. That gives Spapper a nice little run here as Andrea then defends the inside into the next corner, but he defends that hard, he misses his braking point and goes really wide, and Spapper says thank you very much, grazie ragazzi, and takes the place. As we come back from that then, down the back straight, Andrea versus Spapper. Spapper got ahead there, and Andrea now looking for a comeback. So does he go up the inside here? No, he doesn't. Camera's very zoomed in here for some reason. I don't know why. Obviously I've just got it on the trackside cameras, but they are very zoomed in, and it is a bit too much zoomed in as Cyrex has a look at Bidzster out the hairpin but can't quite get it done. As Andrea and Spapper then have a nice little battle out of there. Andrea gets the car sideways, moves across to the inside as he gets the power on. Oh, good car control there. As Bidzster and Cyrex then up towards the first corner then. Bidzster ahead of Cyrex. Cyrex keeping him honest for now. Into the corner, Bidzster slides the car out, slides the back end out. Into the roundabout, Cyrex still keeping him honest as Andrea and Spapper still battling for third and fourth into the roundabout as well. This car really fast and a really good car to match this circuit. Obviously they used to do the longer version of Long Beach back in the day, but now it's a shortened version, but it still provides good action as Andrea hits the wall. Spapper will get a good run on the outside there. Spapper will get a good run here on the outside. When he goes round, Andrea sort of lets him go really, as Bidzster and Cyrex still battling for the lead then. 3/10 in it, not much at all. As they go down the back straight, will Cyrex have a look for the lead here? Into the corner, Bidzster doesn't bother to defend. He defends a little bit, but not too much. As he slides out the corner, gets the power on, and Cyrex right behind him now. Into the hairpin we go. Side by side, Sarek goes to the outside. Will he go for a cut back out of the hairpin? He will, but he can't quite get the lock on. So it gets on the power, and Bidzster still taking advantage there. As we got Andrea in 5th in... That was Blakeney in 5th, sorry, that's it. Andrea there in 4th. Try on the back of Spapper still, but the battle for the lead still on in this as we look at Bidzster in the lead, still from Cyrex. Lap 4 out of 16 here in this first sprint race. 16 laps around Long Beach, and then we've got the pit stop race after this, but obviously no pit stops in this race. This is a pure lights to flag sprint race as Cyrex now pressuring Bidzster, pressuring. Bidzster now forced to defend the inside line. You don't want to leave it open. Cyrex might try for a cutback, or he might even try to go around the outside, but can't quite make it stick there. As into the next little right-hander we go, very tricky corner, and both cars get out of there very well as TY then trying to make a comeback on the back of Blakeney here. As Blakeney hits the wall and TY's going to go through, yes he does. Blakeney just taps the wall, and that's all it takes here at Long Beach. Brad is really struggling here in this car as at the hairpin. There's Growley in 9th place. He's at the other half of the track, so half a lap ahead of Bradders. As Bidzster then goes wide, Cyrex gets through. Bidzster goes wide at the hairpin and leaves the door wide open for Cyrex. Got his line wrong, but Bidzster's powering back round the outside. Obviously got good traction even though he ran wide. Really good traction. He's going to try and go around the outside of him. Side by side towards the next corner, and it's Bidzster on the inside. He's going to get the corner. He does, slides his way through the corner and gets first place back. So Cyrex got first place for about 100 yards, and then it was all Bidzster again. So still a good battle up front this as we look back at TY and Blakeney. Then they're still battling. Obviously TY's got ahead of Blakeney here as Spapper and Andrea are still close, but not close enough for a battle yet because Spapper's still ahead of Andrea there. Main battle on track is the battle for the lead, and that's what we'll focus on then. 1/10 between them, and they're coming up on traffic now as well. They're coming up towards Bradders. Cyrex right on the back of Bidzster into the next corner as they accelerate down towards the complex bit, and Bradders is not letting them through yet. He's not got the blue flags yet, but he's going to have to get through somehow. So Bradders goes wide, and then he moves out of the way. Very nicely done there by Bradders as Bidzster slides the car around onto the apex, and then into the hairpin we go. Both cars go. Oh, Cyrex has lost it! Cyrex has lost it, and there's a car stopped on the line. Bradders stops on the line for some reason, and the cameras have gone funny. We can't see anything. 1 minute. Oh, it's all gone pear-shaped there. Cyrex recovering in front of TY. The camera's got a bit mixed up there, but we'll get some replays on what happened there for you. Here's a replay on board with Cyrex to see what happened then. So he goes into the corner. Let's get rid of this to watch. The back wheel, it just hits the inside of the wall, spins round. Bradders then stops for some reason, and then Spapper in the blue car hits him, and then Spapper hits us, and then they all continue. But weird one that. Okay, let's take a look at that now again from on board with Spapper. So we're going down here. So Cyrex has already spun here. For some reason, Bradders just stops on the race. He stops in the middle of the track. Why does he stop in the middle of the track? Then that compromises Spapper's race, and then obviously Spapper loses the place to Andrea. So possible penalty there then. So as we come back from that then, we look back at Bidzster then in the lead by 5 seconds now from Andrea, who was in second place with Spapper right behind him. So obviously Andrea got a boost from that. As we go out of there, Spapper almost hits the wall, close stuff. There's Cyrex, he's back in 4th place now. He's got some catching up to do. So hit the wall on the hit the wall with the rear tyre into the hairpin and just tried to cut the corner too much and then spun round. And now he's got to work his way back up from 4th place. He might even be able to pull TY along with him, we'll have to see. But that spread out the race a bit. It was a good battle between them two at that point. But Bidzster then with an advantage now of 5.5 seconds over Andrea in 2nd place. Spapper in the blue car there in 4th when it gets through, because the cameras really zoom in on this track for some strange reason. But further back down the order, we've got Neil Farmack. He's just lapped Bradders there in 7th place. Callum is in 8th. He's really struggling with this car as well to a point. He's just not got the pace this season on Project Cars. Definitely got the pace in GT Sport, but Project Cars still learning, still getting used to the game. There's Growley Bear in 9th place then, and Bradders obviously rounds off the 10 in 10th place as Cyrex then trying to catch up to the others. 3.8 seconds behind Spapper. We'll have to keep an eye on the gaps now. As Bidzster slides out the hairpin. So Bidzster having a few little off laps himself as Andrea tries to catch up with 3.9 behind. So Bidzster will try and put his foot down here somehow if he can. There he is, coming down the straight into the left-hander and out of it. You can run really wide there, you can really get the power on nice and early and get a good line. This one you can't because it tucks back in on you. It really tightens up and it narrows down. There we go. And you've got to watch out for running wide into that tyre stack, but Bidzster holding the race lead very well here. Let's have a look further down the field. Then we've got SHAREx and TY. SHAREx is 2.5 behind Spapper now, so SHAREx definitely the man on the move in this race now. So SHAREx on the move into the complex with TY behind him, so TY will try and keep close to SHAREx if he can and get him to pull him across. Obviously this Lotus 78, a really nice car to drive, really nice on the handling, and just really suits the Long Beach circuit. Really does suit the circuit as they go under the Toyota bridge, under the start-finish line, and down towards the first corner. 2.7 seconds still to the leaders as we've got Andrea out front, Spapper in, Andrea not out front but second place ahead on the road. So almost hits the wall there, very close to brushing with the wall as SHAREx goes through there in fourth place. Let's go on board with SHAREx for a bit. Let's have a look what he's doing. Let's go around the variable onboard cameras just to see how he's doing in this race as we go down under the Verizon bridge and then down towards the left-hander. Looking back to the outside view now. We see SHAREx taking a nice line through there. Let's go back to the trackside cameras as we go through there. So TY is keeping with SHAREx actually. It's doing him good this. He's got someone to follow. Is he? Oh, TY very close to the wall on the exit of that corner there. Lap 8 out of 16, so halfway into this race now. And SHAREx trying to catch up from that mistake he made earlier. He's 1.4 seconds behind Spapper now. Really closing in on the Italian. In fact, the two Italians he's closing in on. There's Andrea, there's Spapper in the blue car, SHAREx, and then TY coming out the hairpin as well. So SHAREx pulling TY along with him as TY runs a bit wide out the hairpin there. Obviously TY's on the controller, so it does hinder him with the turn-in. He can't really turn into the corners as well. There's Bidzster out front, setting fastest laps, 5.9 seconds or 5.5 seconds ahead of Andrea. So Bidzster really getting on the move here as we go over the curb and slide out the corner. Bidzster on it as SHAREx now 1.3 seconds behind Spapper. You can see the gap now. SHAREx closing down on this group. Meanwhile, Blakeney is ahead of Neil Farmack, so Blakeney obviously getting caught by Neil Farmack a little bit here, 2.1 seconds behind, but we'll have to see how that develops. As SHAREx then is within a second of Spapper. No stupid DRS in these cars. These things are pure driver and pure skill with the car. None of these driving aids that they get in the modern day. Absolutely as original as they come. 3 pedals, a round steering wheel, a little lever on the side called a gear shifter, which modern F1 cars should have in my opinion, because 3 pedals is much better driving than 2. It's more pure in my opinion, but I am sort of old school to a point, so yeah, I am very old school. But SHAREx right behind Spapper now. He's in the draft down towards the first corner. Then will he go for a move into turn 1, or will he try and set him up for further on in the lap? We'll have to see. He has got a good run, but whether he's brave enough on the brakes, because Spapper is quite good on the brakes himself. Let's have a look at him down here. There we go, into the corner. SHAREx still closing up onto the back of Spapper here in the yellow car. Spapper goes over the curb, runs a bit wide. That could compromise him, but luckily gets away with it, because Long Beach, you've really got to dive up the inside or commit to a move, or just really try and get a good run out of the corner and try and pass on the straight line. You can't really pass into the corners, you've got to really try and pass out of it to set you up for the next one. But SHAREx thinking about it. Spapper in front, just trying to keep an eye on SHAREx, but also he's got to keep an eye on Andrea so he doesn't lose Andrea. Can't afford to defend too much as Spapper runs wide then. Spapper runs wide and SHAREx goes straight through. TY and all the excitement then hits the wall in the background as well. SHAREx back on the podium then. So one more place for Andrea, and then he's going to try and catch Bidzster, but Bidzster's 7 seconds ahead of Andrea. So Bidzster's really pushing in this race now. He's just lapped. I think that's Growley he's just lapped. Yes, it is Growley, and then obviously Callum's the next car, but Callum's quite a bit further ahead on the track, because SHAREx then goes down the straight with Spapper and TY behind, down the start finish straight over the line. As Bidzster now catches up to his teammate Bradders and into the... Oh, he's hit the back of him! Bradders slows down for some reason, and Bidzster can't stop it in the back of him, and just runs into the back of his teammate. So very weird there, but Bidzster gets away with that. But a bit of a miscommunication between the teammates there, but no harm, no foul. So Bidzster then continues on his way in the lead of the race and tries to extend his gap as Cyrex then, the man on the move in this race, catching Andrea. TY trying to catch Spapper as well, so TY's on the move here as well. There's TY in the green car, trying to catch up to Spapper. He's closing up behind him, but he's got to get close up, a bit closer to actually make a move. But we'll see. Bradders has to reset there because he went off and hit the wall, so unlucky for Bradders there. Really struggling with this car as TY goes alongside Spapper. Obviously took advantage of that mistake from Bradders, which Spapper sort of reacted to, and he's right behind him now. TY piling on the pressure, and into the hairpin we go, into the hairpin, get the lock on. Spapper runs a bit wide, so does TY, but TY just a bit more understeer there rather than running wide actually, but gets away with it as Cyrex then goes down the start-finish straight, and he's catching up to Andrea. He's not far off the Italian as TY in the background has a little look at Spapper here into the corner, but can't quite sort of get alongside enough to have a major look into the roundabout. Spapper up on the go. Spapper cutting the daisies there as TY goes to the outside, but no way through there. Spapper defends the inside. Will TY go for a switchback? Not enough of a run down to the next corner to get away with the move. And out of the corner we go. Spapper down the straight then. TY behind. Oh, close stuff as they come up to more traffic as Growly Bear gets out of the way, and Spapper dives down the inside. Obviously good communication there between the two teammates as TY goes to the inside. Oh, I thought he was going to the inside there. Oh, making me flinch for no reason, TY. As he gets a good run out the corner though, this could be the move. He gets a good run out the corner, gets in the draft. Spapper will try and defend if he can. Cyrex has not passed Andrea yet. TY has a look but can't quite make it stick. I wish these cameras would really zoom out so you can see what's going on. But TY there, look how it zooms in, it's ridiculous. Just zoom out so we can actually see what's going on. As we look at Spapper and TY then out of the hairpin. Spapper puts the power on that hard, he almost ends up in the pit lane. But Andrea, oh, Cyrex has passed Andrea. Cyrex passes Andrea. We'll get a replay on that. Okay, here's the replay of how Cyrex passed Andrea then. So into the right-hander into the complex, and Andrea runs wide, and then Cyrex just goes right around the outside. Thank you very much, Andrea. As you come back from that, Andrea has a little look up the inside, but not close enough to have a go. Yeah, Cyrex's bore! What a hold there from Cyrex as Andrea tries to take advantage up the inside. He's up the inside of him, up over the curb. Oh, contact again. Cyrex trying to defend from him. Andrea up the wall. God, talk about aggressive stuff. Oh wow, Andrea really got flustered there after Cyrex came back in front. He got really greedy, like, oh, that place is mine. You know, he's he were driving like a dog chases a stick. You were absolutely like, mine, that will be mine. But unfortunately, not going to be his way yet because Cyrex is in front. Andrea is behind. Spapper then is still in front of TY, but TY is going to try and fight back here. Will he go for the inside down here? Moves to the inside line, but moves back just to try and put him off his line. Meanwhile, Neil and Blake are quite close together as well. Neil Farmack in front of Blakeney, so he's passed him as well. So a switch of position there. Meanwhile, Bidzster 10 seconds now ahead of the pack. Bidzster really showing his credentials here, looking for his third win in the row because he obviously won both of the special event races. So over the curb there, nicely done by Bidzster, up over the roundabout as well. Meanwhile, Cyrex and Andrea coming down towards the first corner. Cyrex in front of Andrea, Spapper and TY. Spapper in front of TY for 4th and 5th places. Spapper takes a bit of a weird line there, but TY will close up a little bit into the roundabout, but not close enough to sort of have a stab at him as he makes a little mistake out the roundabout. As Neil and Blakeney then down towards the first corner. Neil in the yellow car, Blakeney in the white and black one into the first corner. Neil Farmack ahead. I was running down the pit exit line there, so I've got to watch that in the next race as we look. Oh, as Growly Bear gets out of the way because he's being lapped, but Neil Farmack slows right up and almost lets Blakeney through, but got to be careful not to do that as Spapper then around here somewhere. He is, he's got TY right behind him and Cyrex has gone backwards again. Cyrex goes backwards again. We'll get a replay on that. Okay, here's a replay of how Cyrex went backwards. It was on lap 14. into this corner, into the curve, just understeers into the barriers, then spins. Andrea very lucky to avoid in there. Sarix quickly thinks fast and resets to get off the racing line, and then gets back on it, but he's been passed by 3 people then. So as we come back from that, TY goes up the inside of Spapper, tries to make the move stick, but can't quite do it. Spapper goes across the inside of the corner. That might be a penalty to let the next car through. We'll have to see. Will TY go up the inside into the hairpin? Oh, Sarix tries to go around the outside. Sarix appears around the outside, and he's on the outside, tries to get the traction. He's got Spapper's draft as well. Brilliant race, this. Across the line, even Stevens over the line, and TY and Sarix then side by side. They're the cars we need to be watching here. There we go, Sarix then on the inside in the yellow car, TY on the outside in the green car. Sarix gets the line, and TY, where's he gone? He's gone off the track. He's I don't know if he got pushed out wide there, but he makes a mistake, so TY makes a mistake into the wall. I think he just ran too wide, too late on the brakes. So, but we'll get a replay just to clarify. Here's a quick replay what happened to TY. He's side by side with Sarix. He knows he's not going to make the corner, and he just goes straight into the car up, tries to brake, and hits the tyre wall, reverses, and then gets back on with it. As we come back from that then, it is Spapper versus Cyrex. I have to get the names right there. Spapper in the blue car, Cyrex in the yellow car. 15 out of 16 now as Bradders lets them both go. So good job there by Bradders. Into the next corner we go. Cyrex gets a good line out, and Spapper still gets a good line out as well. As Cyrex right behind him now. Spapper defends the inside. Cyrex goes to the outside. Brilliant battle for these podium places here in this race. As TY's gone backwards, TY's gone off somewhere. Has he gone off? He's gone back a few places more. So we'll get a replay on that as well. Okay, here's a replay of what happened to TY in lap 15 on his miserable lap. Going round here, he clips the tyre wall, bang there, clips the tyre wall on the edge, full 360, and then gets the power on, slides his way going, and then gets going again, but it's not over yet, because down at the next corner, he brakes, and something strange happens with the steering, and it just goes, turns in, and turns out of it, and then ends up having to 360 himself, but he has to wait for Neil and Blakeney to go through there. As you can see him there, they go through, and then TY can rejoin. And after replay number whatever it is, because I've lost track of them, we go back to Cyrex, and oh, is there something happened here? Oh, Cyrex has gone round! Cyrex has been spun round, and more drama added here. Replay again. While TY was having his drama, this all happened. So this is the replay of Cyrex and what happened to him. So Spapper makes a big mistake there, and Cyrex takes advantage. So Spapper hits the wall, Cyrex takes advantage. Then Spapper gets him back round the outside, and Cyrex goes for the inside, and bang, both cars make contact. And then Spapper just drives through Cyrex, just gets going, and Cyrex, he basically drove with Cyrex on his roof there. Absolutely insane stuff. I've never seen anything like that in my life. But that's what happened. I'm not on board with Cyrex now, so looking at his chase cam, see Spapper makes a mistake there into the wall, we take advantage and go through. Then Spapper comes back at us, so he goes back through the inside, so Cyrex wants to let him go through. Then tries to get the place back under the hairpin, bang! Contact's made, we go up in the air, then Spapper just drives underneath us. Now we're driving a double-decker Lotus, and now he just drives on and on with Cyrex on his car, but actually it points Cyrex the right way and he gets going, so really weird that. As we come back from that one, Bidzster on the last lap of the race then. Bidzster's on the last lap of the race, dominant fashion in this race. Really showed the opposition how to do it, and as you drift the car through those corners, down towards the right-hander, slides the car out of that corner as well, really showing us how to drive this. Andrea second, Spapper third, Cyrex in fourth after all that happened. Neil's in fifth, ahead of Blakeney still, that's quite close as TY's further back down the order, but Bidzster really showed us all how to do it in this race as he slides the car through the last few corners. Into the hairpin we go, gets the power on, and Bidzster is going to take his third win in a row in the Open Wheel Historic Championship. Well done to Bidzster, he wins the race. Bidzster wins the race, full points for him, as Andrea is 17 seconds behind, but he's going to finish in second place after a titanic battle between all of the top three, Andrea, Spapper and Cyrex, and TY as well, to be honest, to make it four. So Andrea comes over the line, he's going to take second place. Well done to Andrea, but Spapper and Cyrex aren't done yet. Spapper goes out the last corner. Sarex tries to close in, but Spapper's going to take third. So Andrea takes second then. Spapper takes third, and Sarex takes fourth place. Well done to them too. Neil Farmack is going to be fifth, so it's a 4th-5th for the Sarex Neil team as they come towards the line. So Neil Farmack takes 5th place. Blakeney in the background there is going to take 6th place. 6th place for Blakeney, and TY is going to finish in 7th place. Obviously Callum will be 8th, Growley 9th, and Bradders in 10th position. So we'll just get those results confirmed for you now, guys. Okay guys, here's the results from that end. So Bidzster takes the win in that one, 21 seconds ahead of Andrea in 2nd place. Then it's Spapper who takes 3rd. Sarex an unlucky 4th there after trying really hard in that one. 5th place for Neil Farmack. 6th is Blakeney. 7th is TY. Callum finishes in 8th. Growley Bear in 9th, and Bradders finishes off the 10. So as you come back from that then, there is your winner in the black car, Bidzster. Well done to Bidzster, he wins that race. And we will see you guys next time for race 2, which is the feature race. Take care guys.